creates chaos and disorder. We don't want you to be in a position where you are creating disorder, you are creating chaos, you are prematurely destroying your own relationship. That there is not a state that we want you to be. We went further on in our discussion after establishing submission that there is a distinction between a male and a man. A male may be one that has the necessary prerequisite to function in the capacity of a man, but if transition
Distinction.
on that spiritual in becoming whole, become will not become a man. He will be stuck in adolescent mode and not in the full potential as in store for. But God as a woman to select for a man, not just a male, not the making six figure, not just the one that is 6 feet 6 inches, not just the one that has the facade of that which you desire, but not which you truly need. And when we are in this realm of looking or investigating, we may find ourselves in the state where we are looking in accordance to the world standard of finding our soulmate, finding Mr. Right. But do you really want Mr. Right? I submit to you, as I've been doing for the last 20 years, not to seek after Mr. Right, but to seek after Mr. Righteous. Mr. Righteous is the one that can give you what you need and not only what you want. So, now that you understand where we have been and where we are planning to go, it brings us to the beautiful state of marriage. Many people in today's world exist in a facade of a marriage. They are actually in a mirage. It looks like a marriage, but in truth is it's not built on the foundation to give it the structural integrity of a marriage. I don't want you to be in a facade. I don't want you to be in a house that looks like a house, but the wolves can come and blow it down. Have you ever seen those cartoon or those animations in which you may have this being in a desert and the being is seen with his carnal eyes a pool of water because he is thirsty. But when he goes to go into the water, it feels like water, it experiences like water. But when you on the outside look, you realize that there is no water. It is the mirage. It is what looks like, but it is not what is. So I want you to avoid the mirage. I want you to have a marriage, not under contract, contractual arrangement, a governmental arrangement. I don't want you to have that kind of marriage. I want you to have a covenant marriage. A covenant marriage is a marriage that is under God. And if your marriage is under God, it means that it will be under His principles, which means that you can be positioned to receive the blessings that He has in store for you.
Covenant.
Now, before you even think of getting married, you know what a man looks like, you know what a male looks like, you know that the soulmate theory is a facade of reality. You know that marriage should be under covenant and not contract. But can two walk unless they agree? That there is where the yoking comes in. The two has to be in the same mind, concentrating on the same principle, having the same values in order to walk together. Because the two become one You cannot become
Due to
one with
different
something or someone who you are not kin to. You cannot become one with someone or something that in common. You can one going in direction. For that reason, two needs to be in accord. One accord so that they can operate in oneness, because we had established that if there is two separated in the middle, one going to the right, one going to the left, then we are going to have a division, and that division is
Amen.
created.
That division is creating a disordered system, and we don't want to have a system that is outside of the natural order. We want a system that is yes, we want a system that is actually one that is in accordance to the will and the directions of God. Do you want a system in such a manner, or do you want your marriage to be built on a foundation that is like that of sinking sand?
Are we admonished to engage in a courting relationship? We see someone, they look like they fit the bill, speaking from a male's perspective, then we approach. If there is equal resonance in communication, then we can move into having a relationship, or moving the relationship into the next phase in which we are anticipating marriage. The dating scene, the dating um, directives is a world principle, which means that you must taste before you buy, you must try before you lie. And this there creates a cycle in which our females prostitute themselves before reaching to the state of choosing a husband, because they are trying everything and realizing that it is not satisfactory. But I will let you know that a woman was designed for one man, and that one man should be the only man that that woman has. Yes, there are situations where a woman can have one partner and then she moved to another partner. Yes, there are situations like that, but that should not be the norm. We are talking about the ideal, and that is why I want to catch you when you are from 16 all the way to 35, because most of the mistakes happen based on premature preparation. So we want you to be prepared to engage in this act of worship that will bring honor and glory to your maker and your king. The world's standards tells us that we should be looking as a man at a voluptuous woman, the one with the big melons, the one with the big BBLs needs to go back operating theater. because when those necrotic tissues start to break down, they swell. And if your hygiene, it will decimate the environment that you are in. So you very careful to put yourself through that adversity just to meet the world's standards, when you should be focusing on meeting God's standard. When you put in those fake hairs, some of those fake hairs that the women wear, they are not realizing that it was because people were having bad juju